First, we are going to see a simple function that doesn't have the asterisk or the args and kwargs type of parameters. Let's see the round function. If we go to the definition of the function, so it has the first parameter, number, the number that we want to round, and another parameter that is set to none, which is n digits, the number of digits to round to after the decimal point. So it means that we can call round with just one parameter, but we can also specify another parameter. Let's say we have this call, we have val equal to round 5.23, and the number of digits, we want that the number of digits will be 1. And if we run our code, we can see that nothing because we didn't print our value. Now if we print the value, you can see that it rounded the number 5.223. So if I remove the n digit parameter, I can see that it defaulted to none. So the number of digits after the decimal point, is equal to 0. That's about the round function. Now we are going to see another function, the max function. We are not going to see all the ways or all the definition of the max function, because as we are going to see, it has 3 ways or 3 definitions, 3 function definitions. We can call it this way, or this last one. We are interested in this last one. If we see the parameters of the function max, we can see that it has a first positional argument arg1, a second positional argument arg2, and then the asterisk args multiple, one or more multiple positional arguments, then a keyword argument set to default to none, which means we are not obliged to use this parameter unless we need to. So first, I'm going to call max with only two parameters. So I'm going to say value equal max, the maximum. I want the maximum value between 5 and 10. We all know that the maximum value between 5 and 10 is 10. So it should print me 10. So I'm going to print, save my code, call it, and it printed, thankfully, 10. So now I have the maximum value between 5 and 10 is 10. But it says, the function definition says that I can add more parameters. That's what asterisk args mean. So if I put 9, and then I put 22, and then I put 3, I added multiple parameters, and then I call the code again. It should now print 22 because 22 is the max value. In the function definition, if we go to the function definition, we can read that if only one argument is provided, the first argument must be uniterable. If one positional argument is provided, it should be uniterable. So I'm going to call max with a list 1, 2, 5, 20, 10, 20. Now it should print 20 because 20 is the maximum value of the list first argument, the list provided as value. But since I provided first argument as a list, the second argument must also be a list, and the third argument must, or the other positional arguments must also be a list. So to know what type of other arguments can be provided, this asterisk args or this positional arguments, we must know the definition of the function and how it is described or how it is implemented. So now if I run my code, it should print the maximum list, this one. So it must print, I didn't save the code, sorry. So if I run the code now, it prints the third argument parameter because the third argument parameter corresponds to the third list, that is the maximum list of the 3 lists. If you want to know how the comparison is made between this, just let me know in the comment below. So that's it about the asterisk args parameter. Now we are going to see an example of use of the keyword argument or the double asterisk keyword arguments. Example, we are going to use the turtle module. In this module or in this code, we are going to draw a simple spiral, but not a regular spiral. We are going to use or to draw a straight spiral just by stepping forward, using but letting the pen stepping forward and then turning right 30 degrees. The value of the step will change from range 0 to 99. So if I call now I have to save the code. If I call the code now, we have a spiral, or we have the turtle painting out or drawing out the steps defined by our loop. We are going to call a function called pen with pen dict parameter and pen. So we are going to just call pen without any parameter and see if it raises an error. It doesn't, since we followed the specification of the function. Now what we are going to do is to draw or to call it with the pen dict values. But if we see the definition of the function, the pen dict values must be, or the key values must be one of this list. So we can't, according to the definition of the function, we can provide another key value argument that is different or that doesn't belong to this list. So I can change the fill color of the pen. So let the pen be blue. If I call it again, so you can see here the triangle of the pen changed. The color of the triangle, the fill color of the triangle changed to blue. Now if I change again and I change the parameters again and I change the pen color to red, we're gonna see that the lines now are going to be red. We can also see the outline of the triangle is red as well. We can do more. We have a list of other parameters. Let's say we want to change the pen size to 10. We will see that the value changed. So we specify one or more keyword argument. It's like with the tkinter library. When you create a button, for example, you don't have to specify all the keyword arguments of the button constructor. You can specify one. You specify the master, for example. You can specify the text on the button, but you don't have to specify all the configuration parameters. If you have any question about this video or other related elements, please let me know in the comments below. Bye.